right, everybody, welcome back to Versus Live. My name is Corey Baumeister.
And I'm Ross Merriam.
And we got Rob in the booth. Say taco salad, Rob.
Taco salad, Rob.
Rob will be taking all your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games, and he will get his favorite questions sent over to us. Today we are exploring Pioneer for the first time since Zendikar Rising came out. See the effect it had on the format, and just see the shakeups on already existing decks. And so far, it looks like great format, like we were saying. So I've enjoyed playing it this weekend. And here's a deck I very much enjoy, and that is these Rakdos Pyromancers decks that I played a ton in Historic, getting ready for the Mythic Invitational. And a lot of the same things transfer over into Pioneer. There's decks that go a little bit bigger in Pioneer, so it makes me a little bit more skeptical. And just Omnath is a new card since the Mythic Invitational. So that I think is just a challenging thing for this style of deck. But, we're not playing against Omnath, and I think a creature strategy up against this is always pretty good games.
Yeah, the Rakdos deck, I think, is designed to disrupt creature decks. Anytime you're in the Rakdos colors, you're going to have access to a plethora of great removal.
All of them, yeah.
And in this case, one of the issues I've always had with this style of deck is you often don't have enough pressure. If Young Pyromancer gets going, that's good. If Kroxa gets going, that's good. But it can be tough to get those going, and they're both pretty vulnerable. Fatal Push, the most common removal spell, they both die to it. And that's, Dreadhorde Arcanist, which is ostensibly the best card in the deck.
Oh, for sure.
Is that his weakness? It only attacks for 1. So you keep generating some of this card advantage, and then you're, suddenly you think you're really far ahead, but your opponent's at 13. And you're giving them a lot of bites at the apple, a lot of draws from the top of their deck to find something to get back into the game.
Exactly.
And when cards like Omnath and Uro are getting them a whole pile of life, that's only exacerbating the issue, buying them more time, and it kind of snowballs. But this deck, when its engine is going, it looks amazing.
Yes.
They're very powerful synergies. It's good at playing attrition games, and it has a lot of good disruption. So there's plenty to like about this deck, but that's always been my one concern.
For sure.
And the addition of Omnath is exacerbating that. Like you said, we're not playing it in an Omnath matchup. I am playing a Gruul aggro deck.
The beatdowns, yeah.
We mentioned, earlier that pathways have been really important. I think for Gruul in particular, its mana base is always what's been holding it back.
Yeah, you have to play temples and stuff. Yeah.
Even in standard, its mana base was always holding it back. The addition of the Cracker and pathway, super important here, and it's going to help you just curve out normally. So we've got our 8 elves, we've got our 8, goblin token makers in Legion Warboss and Goblin Rabblemaster, and that's the core of the deck. We're supplementing it in 2 different ways. There's the go big side of things with, Questing Beast and Glorybringer, and then there's the go wide side of things with the Tarkus Command and Reckless Bushwhacker and Burning Tree Emissary. So
cool.
You do have, in one sense you have 2 different plans. I'm a little skeptical here because I usually don't like doing that. I like being a little bit more linear with my aggro decks. And because sometimes you're going to draw like a Tarkus Command Glorybringer, and they just don't really go that well together.
Yeah, that feels a little awkward.
But the Goblin cards are your bridge cards because they play well with both planes. They're good standalone threats that are going to take over the game that you want to accelerate into, but they also create this wide battlefield of tokens that you can take advantage of with Bushwhacker and a Tarkus Command.
Yep, makes sense to me. All right, so you crushed me round 1, so I get to go first.
Can you say that again? I didn't quite hear you.
You crushed me round 1. Yeah, that was a beating. So at least I just threw it so I could go first with a deck that I really, really love. So yeah, that's where I'm sticking by anyways. So
literally right here from my very first opening hand, you're seeing the importance of pathway because I'm looking at 2 red lands and an elf, but I got to play the elf.
Yeah. Well, if it's up to me, I would hope that you don't get to play the elf, so I'll take 4.
Oh, well, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. I only have the 1 elf.
Oh, no.
What am I supposed to do now?
Draw 1, I guess, huh? Yeah, I think this seems like a pretty no-brainer elf here.
Oh, yeah. That's not remotely close.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a deck that can deal with elves, so I wouldn't say not remotely, but yeah, your hand is quite medium, but outside of that, so we'll be taking that. Okay, pass to you.
Elf. So there's no point in playing the pathway now. I can just play mountain. Pass.
Okay. You want to leave your cards I know about?
Sure.
Sweet. Alrighty. Let's go with... I'm going to go with a Young Peasy. Pass to you.
Okay, I'll play this as a Timbercrown pathway and pass the turn.
All right. Untap. Now, let's see. What do we want to do now? Don't have any super exciting turn here. I think we'll just play. Yeah, this is kind of awkward. I guess it's not so bad. So I'm gonna play Adadim's Awakening here. I'm not gonna take the damage, and we're just gonna go with Kroxa.
Okay. I don't think I'm going to have a plan for this Bushwhacker, so that's the card I'll get rid of.
Okay, and then I'll attack for 2.
I go to 18.
Your go.
On your end step, I'm going to play a Tarka's Command, dealing you 3 and putting a land from my hand onto the battlefield.
13. Makes sense.
Notably, when you put lands from your hand onto the battlefield, the pathways come in as the front side.
Exactly.
So that's fine. I want the second red for this Glorybringer anyway.
Okay.
So 13 to 18. We drew another land. That's good. Play Rabblemaster.
Rabble.
Get myself a Goblin and get in for 1.
Alrighty, down to 12.
Pass a turn.
Alright, that was a heinous draw.
I have a Glorybringer in my hand.
Glorybringer, got it. Yeah, the Glorybringer is very, very scary, I must say. The glory seems to be brought in.
Nice turn to go land for Dreadheart Arcanist. Fame. I guess Fame has to be in your graveyard.
Yeah, it does.
Can't just cast that from your hand as Fame.
Yeah, that would be a nice one. Just debating what I want to do here. I really don't have a great turn.
I like that.
I'm going to play this tapped and just dreadboard this. Get a Rosmarium.
I don't like that.
And I'll attack.
I go to 16.
And I'll pass to you.
That's not a land.
Hooray!
As far as non-land draws go, it's a pretty good one. I'll attack for 1.
I'll block.
And I will stomp Young Pyromancer.
How rude. Okay.
And pass a turn.
Okay. I will untap. I'll draw. And...
You got 3 cards in hand there?
3, yep. And you have how many? Just 2?
2.
Okay. Dun-dun. It's looming. So I did have a decent draw here. All right, I'm going to play Urborg.
Sweet, I needed black mana.
I know you did. I'm
going to bolus the Citadel you so hard.
Really tough one here. All right, we're going to go... I'm going to claim Kroxa. So discard.
I will discard Glorybringer.
Okay. And then I'm going to buy Lurrus and pass to you.
You've got 5 cards in the graveyard
5,
there?
yep. A little short of escaping.
So... I think, so Corey bought the Lurrus. His plan probably is not to Kroxa just yet. It's probably to just play Lurrus Young Pyromancer next turn.
That's an option.
But how important is this card? Probably not very. So I'm just going to play Bone Crusher.
And we got 12 to 16, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll pass a turn.
All right. Untap. Let's see. Well, I wish I drew a land there. That would have been ideal. But we're going to play Lurrus.
Resolves.
And I'm debating if I want to have you just discard another card or play the Young Pyromancer. The question is, Land Glorybringer is very scary regardless. It's going to really wreck me. I could just Fame Luris and attack. That seems like the worst of the options.
Block.
Yeah, right. All right, I'll get Young Pyro past you. Hold. Breath being held.
Sad day.
Yay.
Sad day.
Good, excellent.
All the who's in Whoville. So sad.
I'm just trying to win my first game on Versus Live here, so.
First game ever.
Ever.
Never won one before.
Never lost.
I will play a Gallia of the Endless Dance.
Okay. Ross came to dance.
Pass the turn.
All right. Okay.
Could attack there with the Bone Crusher, but if Corey has any answer to the Gallia, then he gets a really good attack back.
Yep. All right.
Gallia is pretty easy to answer.
Gallia. So let's start by Croxa.
I will discard a Burning Tree Emissary.
Okay. Now let's go with. So I know you're one card.
No, you don't.
Let's Fatal Push, Bone Crusher.
Take 2.
Actually, do I want to? Maybe I. Yeah, I'll go to 10. That's fine. Get a token. Play a land. I'm going to Fame the token.
Get another token.
Get a token. And for sure going to attack with these. I'm thinking if I want to actually get in there with Luris as well. Yeah, we'll do it.
I will block Luris.
Okay, I will gain 3 and you'll take 5?
Yes. So I'm at 11, you're at 13?
Yep. Get this out of there, and then second main thing is Thoughtseize you.
Yeah, I had 2 Glory Bringers in my hand for the entire game.
I figured. Well, welcome to the life. I had the Citadels before this, so all right, I'll go to 11.
11 all.
Pass.
Needed the land for like 3 or 4 turns.
Welcome to my life.
See, there it is.
There you go, buddy.
There it is.
You're welcome.
We knew that was happening. I'll play it as a green source and pass.
All right. I will attack for 5.
I got a 6.
All right. I will escape Croxa.
I'll go to 3.
And your go. I guess I'll play that.
And there's another land.
You got it. That's what we needed. Yeah, you did not have a good sequence of draws there when you very much could have capitalized. Like, I had one Dreadbore, but I just had to use it early on the Rabblemaster. So, like, my draws were just all awkward, and it just left me very vulnerable to Glorybringer, and I just had to hope, you know? Not much I could do there. So.
Hope springs eternal, I guess.
Exactly. We won our first game today, so we're going to head to the sideboard here and see what we got for each other. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Versus Live, where we are sideboarding in our matchup between Gruul Aggro and Rakdos Pyromancer.
Oh, yeah.
On my side of things, we're slowing it down, cutting away from the more aggressive elements in the deck, bringing in some interaction and a little, attrition elements, I guess, into our configuration. So Atarka's Command gets cut for removal spells, Cat Melee and Magma Spray.
Got to be the worst card in your deck against this deck.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Scavenging Ooze is going to be excellent. You know, just the very, very good Graveyard Hate. We're cutting Legion Warboss, which is the weaker of the 2 goblins, and then Reckless Bushwhacker being cut for Chandra in order for us to, play a long game against all the removal that exists in the Rakdos Pyromancer deck.
I like it. So from my end, I'm trimming some of the random one-ofs that can be good in certain matchups, but not really good here. A couple of Thoughtseizes. Thoughtseize is still decent against you, but I would rather bolt the Llanowar Elf than Thoughtseize after you Llanowar to stop a 3-drop, because if you just have 2 of them, then my Thoughtseize looks really, really bad. Yeah. So removal for Hand Disruption against hyper-aggressive decks. If I had a little bit better removal or like some claims here in this list, this is one of the lists we took from one of the successful challenge events, just didn't play claim, which I thought was crazy in the board. So I would love to have a couple of those, maybe 3 of them, to replace the other Thoughtseize, but we're gonna go with this.
I don't think that deck plays a ton of sacrifice outlets, and that might be an issue with Claim.
Yeah, I mean, you still have Village Rights.
You don't have any Woe Strider kind of card because you're a Lyra stack.
Yeah.
You could play. Is Bloodthorn Vampire legal in Pioneer? I'm actually not sure.
Yeah. And you can play like Spark Harvest and stuff if you wanted to be more towards that kind of stuff. Just basically like the historic deck, I never really felt like I was short on sack outlets, but they also did have Phyrexian Tower. I played a 1 of that, and there were some additional things there. But yeah, there's not a ton. I agree.
So the decks have to be built a little bit differently because of the tools that are available.
Yep, exactly.
Vampire is not legal in Pioneer.
Not legal in Pioneer.
Okay. So you're going to be going first. All right, let's battle. We're going to stretch this one probably to a 3 of 5. We got some extra time, and these decks are sweet.
Okay, I see an elf.
Okay.
I see a green source.
Okay.
And I will keep my hand.
I'm going to keep as well. Mine's a little awkward, but I think it's fine.
Okay, Forest Land, where else?
Okay. All right. Let's go with this. Reveal Mountain. And let's Magma Spray that. Your go.
I will play Burning Tree Emissary, Elvish Mystic. Pass the turn.
Pretty strong, pretty strong. I'll play a Schwamp. And I don't super care about either one of those creatures, and this is probably my worst removal spell, so sack one of them.
So I currently don't have anything to do next turn.
Sweet.
I've got a couple lands still, but if I draw... I don't have a ton of 4s and 5s in this deck. And that's the only Punisher case. It's going to be just Questing Beast, Chandra, and Glorybringer, which I believe are all 2-ofs.
Okay.
So outside of those... Yeah, I'm gonna sack the Elvish Mystic.
Okay, I'll pass to you.
I'm gonna draw a Goblin Rabble Master.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, that'll play, I guess. Play a Timber Crown Pathway. Play Scavenging Ooze.
Okay.
And attack for 2.
All right, 18.
Pass the turn.
Untap, draw. That was a pretty decent draw on my part. You are going to be able to mess with it quite a bit, but that's okay. I'll play an Arcanist and pass to you.
Okay, on your end step, I'll exile the spray.
Okay.
Okay, well, I guess I will play Rabblemaster.
Okay.
Make a Goblin.
A Goblin.
Attack with my creatures.
Okay. Yeah, we'll block and kill that.
Okay, Goblin down, you go to 14.
Yep.
I'll play Mountain and spray your Arcanist. Is that good?
That was uncool. Oh, Village writes it. Yeah, uncool. But it will still get extra.
No, because the spray doesn't resolve.
Okay,
so
draw
Village right there is nice to just keep it in the graveyard.
Yep.
Pass the turn. Though we'll see if Corey doesn't have an answer to the Scoos on this turn, then that won't matter.
Yeah.
But deck is filled with answers to it.
Yep. And you're handless?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I had an Elvish Mystic in my graveyard. This should have been a 3/3. I was so worried about targeting Corey's graveyard, I didn't even look at mine.
Classic. All right, so...
That said, once he plays the Arcanist, I think I would have wanted to exile the spray anyway.
Dreadboard that. I got a land, and a Fatal Push the Ooze, and pass to you.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Not bad. I wish I didn't block with the Arcanist, and then my turn would be even better, but...
So attack brings you to 12. You took 4 last turn.
Oh, yeah, okay. 12.
And I have a Grizzly Bear.
Okay, Grizzly Bears. Ooh, that was a nice one. So we'll play an Arcanist. And I'll thirst one of these, stop the damage, and pass to you.
Need some good draws here.
Yeah, I'm outvaluing you right now.
Attack.
And you could have a spray again, but I'll block.
Wow. You know the phrase is once bitten, twice shy, Corey.
Yeah.
Apparently not in your house. I will play a Llanowar Elves.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right. Yeah, you could have Bone Crusher as well, but still, whatever. Okay, that was insane. I'll play Young Peasy. Will attack and Fatal Push Burning Tree. Get a 1/1. Then I will Village Rites, the 1/1. I get a 1/1 back. Draw 2.
One of my favorite plays with this deck.
I know, I love it so much. Then I'll do it again. Just Ancestral Recall, basically. Land, Stitcher Supplier, hit Croxa, and pass to you.
I think I need to hit Glorybringer right now to have a shot.
Yeah.
Even that is...
Yeah, Glorybringer would be quite good.
Yeah, I was pretty happy when you hit Emissary and not Llanowar Elves for that reason.
Yep, that makes sense. That was kind of a mistake.
Okay, that's actually... Well, it doesn't kill the Arcanist, but...
Okay.
I will stomp the Pyromancer and play a Bone Crusher.
Okay. Not bad.
Pass the turn.
All right.
I am at 19.
19, eh?
Corey did a lot of things, but dealing damage to me was not really one of them.
Okay. Let's start with Claim Young Pyromancer.
Oof.
Oh, yeah. Fame Arcanist. Get a Rosmarium. Then we will get in there for 3, activate Dreadbore on that.
So take 2, you go to 10.
Yep.
You get another elemental token.
Yep.
I take 5, go to 14.
Yep. And I will play and crack this, and buy Luris. Your go.
Probably getting a swamp.
Yep. Luris. Let me clean this battlefield up. There we go. Yep.
Ready?
Ready.
Okay. Mountain go.
Okay. Not bad. Untap. A draw. I will attack with everything. I will Village Rites. Draw 2. And before damage, or before blocks, Fatal Push that. I will get another 1/1.
I will take 6.
Okay.
8.
And second main, I will Luris. I will... Yeah, we'll bring an Arcanist. Why not? Come and play. And land untapped. We'll give you a Thoughtseize. Take 2.
You're at 8.
Here we go. That's it.
Stomp Luris, play Bone Crusher.
Okay, not bad.
I block here, 2, 3, 4. That's still 8.
All right, GG. Well, we've had some lopsided matches so far.
Yeah. Kind of surprised that this one has been as bad as it was, though. In game 1, it was just missing those land drops for me that was critical. And in that game, I never really drew a big threat.
Nope.
I had the acceleration and it didn't really accelerate into anything.
And your big anti-my deck card was Scavenging Ooze, and it just leans right into my Fatal Pushes and stuff. So it's not like... Whenever your hot sideboard tech for a matchup is still leaning into what I'm trying to do anyways from the deck, then it's just not that good, right? Like, I'm bringing in more removal for cheap creatures that can be shocked, bunch of Fatal Pushes, bunch of Thirsts. So it's good, and it can run away. And some games it looks like it's absolutely unbeatable, but... for the
most part, always that haymaker.
Exactly.
Variance there.
Exactly.
The key was if I had other threats, obviously I'm going to save the Scavenging Ooze.
Yeah.
I really want that to be the last one.
Exactly.
It cleans up everything that you have in the graveyard. If you don't have a removal spell, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
But I just didn't have anything else going on.
Yep.
So.
100% agree. 100% agree. All right. Well, Rob, you got any questions for us?
I do. The Pro Citizen wants to know, do you think that there are any dig through time decks in the format? It seems like the card's falling off pretty hard.
Yeah, God, isn't that crazy?
There were 4 dig through times in the winning deck of the Pioneer Showcase Challenge.
Really? Which ones?
It was in the Lotusville deck.
Oh.
They play 4 digs.
Lotus one, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're back. We might have to try that. I can't believe we didn't try it here.
Connor Mullally has been, touting the deck as incredibly good right now. It makes some sense. There's not really any hate for it.
Yep.
And it's another deck, you saw with the Jund Sacrifice deck, if you can get going and get the Citadel down, you can really end the game. You just didn't draw the land for it.
Yeah.
The one time you had it early. And Lotus Field is another deck that can just ignore whatever they're doing and kill you.
Yeah.
They do some cool stuff. It plays this 4 BBB sorcery that has target player draw half their deck and lose half their life.
Okay.
And you wish for Omniscience with Granted. And so you just draw a million cards and then cast more Granteds and cast a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
And, if you happen to have drawn down to the point where Jace can kill them, you have a Jace. But most of the time, I think they just win with Ugin and Niv Mizzet.
Okay. Man, that deck has changed a lot. I've broken up with Underworld Breach, but now it's a different deck, and I did love those styles of deck. Lotus Field, I was a fan of. I never won really with it. Never won any big event. I played it at multiple, competitive events, and never really had a breakthrough with it. And generally thought the deck is similar to like Oops All Spells, similar to Dredge, where if it's good for the weekend, it's going to be great. But if it's hated, it's going to be a miserable tournament for you. But I just think it's a better Oops All Spells deck.
For sure.
So I think if anybody was interested in playing that deck, you just play the Breach side instead.
Yeah. As far as Dig Through Time in fair strategies goes, you're really not seeing it.
We're not.
The card advantage that comes from having these synergistic elements with, Wilderness Reclamation and Expansion Explosion, or, Yorion and a million Omens and things to blink, or Genesis Ultimatum and Omnath and Uro actually just trumps Dig Through Time.
Yeah, I'm glad they never banned it, to be honest. Yeah.
So where Dig Through Time is at its best is in reactive strategies, and they're not having a lot of success right now.
I did lose to Wufatafa on Sunday playing Dimir Control. He ended the tournament 1-2 though, so that was about to be expected.
Yeah. So when you think about Inverter, it was always dubbed a combo deck. It was really a control deck first.
Yeah.
And that was part of the reason Dig Through Time was so good in it, and then Dig also just set up the combo so beautifully. So it seems to me that Dig Through Time as a card in Pioneer is not as good as just a source of card advantage in a general deck, but is used best in a sort of in a deck that has a combo finish where you're trying to set something specific up with it. And so Lotus Field is the one where it's best.
I do think there is a world where an Azorius control deck can be good, 8 to fairies and Dig Through Time kind of stuff. Like, I feel like that's got to be decent.
Those decks play like 2 digs though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I just remember like the LSV list, when he was focusing on Pioneer, just 4 digs because the card's insane, and he did well with it. So I feel like that's a card that's on the horizon, but maybe isn't quite there yet.
Blue control decks would be another home for it. They're just not seeing a ton of success right now.
I agree. Thank you for the questions, everyone. Keep them coming.
Okay, I like this hand.
Yeah, mine's okay. I'll keep it.
Forest Elvish Mystic.
All right. Let's see. Got a tough choice here, so let's go like this. Reveal a swamp. I'm gonna Thoughtseize you. I'll go to 18.
Okay. Well, you're gonna get Rabble Master next turn because I have 2 of them.
Well, that's not cool.
So probably taking the Bone Crusher here.
Yeah. Now I'll take a Rabble Master.
Okay.
And pass to you.
Probably doesn't have a young Pyromancer in here. Crag Crown, Rabble Master.
All right.
A Goblin. Get in for 1. You're at 17.
Fun.
You're up.
All right. I will play that Swamp you know about, and I'm just going to play an Arcanist. Pass to you.
Okay, I will get a Goblin and attack with all of my creatures.
No blocks.
So take 7?
Yep, 11.
Brings you to 10, right? You went to 17 last turn from the 1 Goblin?
Correct, yep.
Okay, well, I have a Mountain, and I have a Magma ready to go with the Stomp to take out that Arcanist.
You're rude. You're rude. Okay, well, I think this game's probably going to go your way. Yeah, I'm just dead on the spot. I made the judgment call, Fatal Push or Thoughtseize. I wanted to clear your hand for Arcanist, and, it would have been much better to Fatal Push the Elf, and there's the awkwardness. where if this was a claim, I have village rights, and I would have had 2 claims and a push. This would have been a lot better. You know,
you still would have been behind, but you would have had a pathway back into the game for
sure. If the top would have been good to me, which it looked decent.
GP Lanois would like me to remind you, Corey, you bolt the bird.
You always bolt the bird. Yeah, that was absolutely foolish.
I wrote an entire article about bolting the bird.
It was just a sentence. Always bolt the bird. Subscribe.
I had a very intense conversation at Open with John Rossum when he told me that he just doesn't subscribe to that. And thinks it's generally wrong, and we're all just boomers, right?
To bolt the bird?
And so I literally wrote an entire article about why you should do it. And it started with him not doing it in Infect, which is a matchup in Modern where a lot of people don't. They're like, oh, you can't kill the Noble Hierarch, you got to kill all the Infect creatures.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Yeah.
But the reality is that Noble Hierarch is the best card in the deck by a wide margin, and you should always kill it. Yeah, they're a deck that if they get ahead on mana against you, you're just never going to kill one of their Infect creatures.
Never, yeah.
So you just need to kill Noble Hierarch all the time.
Yep. You kind of hope you bolt the Hierarch, and then they play one of their Infect creatures, then you can kill it again. If you have another removal. Yeah, I can believe that.
There are some scenarios where you don't do it, but it is the default option is bolt the bird. And you need to have a very good reason to not do it.
Yeah, and my reason there was I was going to Arcanist the next turn, and then I was hoping I could line up a Fatal Push plus attack and then Fatal Push turn, but, I got severely punished by exactly what I said, when we were sideboarding. I'm going to Thought Seize you, I'm going to see 2/3 drops, and it's going to be very miserable, and that's just exactly what happened. I should listen to my own advice.
And then I top decked the removal spell to answer the Darkness too.
I don't even think you needed it, to be honest. Rob, do you got one question while we shuffle up for this game?
Yeah, Omega Phoenix 117. With all the incidental life gain like Uro, Omnath, etc., do you think Rolling Vortex has a place in Pioneer?
I don't think that card is particularly good against them, unless you're ahead, and then it kind of finishes them off. But there's so many turns when I can just go Omnath, Fabled Passage, then they go add a red, you can't gain life, and I'm like, okay, in response, sack it, and then you still gain the life. So it just doesn't work out enough because the decks that want to play that card are really mana hungry already because they're aggro decks. So I'm not a huge fan, but it's okay.
I think the decks in Pioneer, particularly the Uro Omnath decks, are able to turn the corner and get aggressive more easily than they did in Standard.
Yep.
So Roiling Vortex, the fact that it doesn't end the game very quickly, leads you to a spot where they probably are able to still survive and then just become the beatdown and kill you with either whether it's Reclamation or Felidar Retreat. Have a big turn where they make a bunch of cats. So only in the most hyper aggressive decks would I think a card like that would make sense. So something like a very low to the ground Bushwhacker deck or just a mono red aggro deck. That burn deck. It's only in the really hyper aggressive decks that have a lot of burn already that are going to guarantee to end the game where it would make sense. And those decks just aren't having success right now.
I agree. Well said. Okay, I'm going to keep my hand's a little weak, but on the play, this is a hand that's much better than on the draw.
Yeah, my hand's great again.
All right, shocking. I'll do this, reveal that. I got a Stitcher Supplier for once.
Okay.
And pass to you.
I have a Stomping Ground, go to 18, and play Llanowar Elves.
Shocking.
I am shocking myself. That's what I said.
All right, so I'm going to bring in the beats.
I'll take this one, 17.
All right, and then I'm going to take 2 and play a Young Peasy.
Brings you to 18.
Your go.
You have 4 in hand?
4 in hand. All good.
I'm going to play Gallia and Red Cap melee the Young Pyromancer.
Alrighty.
And attack for 2.
All right, 16.
Pass turn.
Kind of lame. I'm just going to play another Young Pyromancer, and now I'm debating if I want to leave the supplier back. Kind of think I do, so yeah, then I'll pass to you.
Okay, another good draw. going to play this as Timber Crown Pathway.
Okay.
I have enough red mana in this game, and excess green mana is good with Scavenging Ooze, so I will lean to make green. And I'm going to play a Questing Beast.
QB? Okay.
And am I okay with the Stitcher Supplier just chump blocking? I mean, it's going to chump block at some point anyway, so I'll get in with both.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to block. And then before damage, Village Rites it.
Kind of thought there was a Village Rites there.
Yeah. All right, so which one do I do first?
So you mill 3 first.
I mill 3, yep. Okay, 1, 2, Croxa, come on.
Okay, no good hits there.
All right, that. Draw 2. 1, 2.
Take 4, go to 12. Okay, pass the turn.
All right. Not the best draw, it's not the absolute worst, though. All right. Let's see. I think we only really have one play here. It's not great.
Bylaris, pass the turn.
Yes, that's it.
Sorry, push your own Young Pyromancer.
Yes, you've nailed it.
Got to get more Rosemary tokens.
All right, we're gonna destroy that.
Questing Beast down.
I'll get another Ross. Now I think. So Glorybringer is probably the worst possible, and how does that look? If you kill this, I do probably want to be able to block. And if I attack, maybe you just kill a token, and that's pretty good against me. So I'm going to play defensive and say go.
Legion War Boss.
Okay.
Get a Goblin.
Yep.
Don't think I want the Ross Mariners trading for the Gallia, so just get into the Goblin.
I do think I want to control your creatures here, plus these tokens come and go, so we'll get rid of it.
Then play Scavenging Ooze.
Okay.
Pass the turn. Now Corey has a decision. Like, the Ooze looks pretty good. I've got enough mana, but the other creatures I have are also good. So he's got removal. It's tough to decide which one you want to really deal with.
Yeah, now my hand is not developing very well. So I think I have to just kind of get lucky here. I didn't really flip over anything awesome. Like an Arcanist here would have just been so awesome if I had it. So I think I actually want Stitcher Supplier to try to hit Croxa this turn, but feels quite bad. Young Pyromancer is not really super great. I mean, Young Pyromancer would be good if the rest of my hand was good. So I'm just going to Supplier. Flip, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, okay, that's not bad. Let's Croxa, and now we're gonna exile our creatures so you don't have any food.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, not bad. And just a land, so these 5.
Discard this Rabble Master.
Bang, okay. Now I can't really attack, so I'll pass to you. Needed to do that because my hand needed some help, to say the least.
Well, that game turned around.
We got 12 to 17?
Yes, that's what I have.
Okay.
Whew.
Yeah, your hand was great. You were not lying.
I almost want to throw some creatures away here to try to
dance
some cards.
Yeah.
If I were to attack with, say, War Boss, Gallia, Goblin token, then make the Goblin a 2/2 with Mentor. So I have 3 2/2s, and Croxa gets to eat whichever one you want to. And then the other ones are a lot tougher for you to block. I guess this is a good block for you too. So maybe, you probably just let the Goblin through. You make 2 good blocks. That's not great for me. So I think we're going to leave those around.
Okay.
And just get into the Goblin token.
Block.
Yeah, Croxa blocks. The extra green source isn't bad with the Ooze. That's sort of the kicker. I'll go to 15.
Okay.
Certainly want to get ooze out of spray range, so I'll exile Rabble Master, gain a life.
16. Yep.
And before you can cast that Fame, I will exile it.
I was like, I was going to cast that very quickly.
Yes. From there, I don't need to do anything immediately, so I can just pass.
All right. Tap draw. Not a very powerful draw. It's not horrible, but not super good. Now the question is, how aggressive do I want to start to be with my Kroxa? It is just hit you for 9, which is quite large. You could make yours a 4/4. I'd still get to eat 2 of your creatures, so I like that. Yeah, we're gonna get in there. Take 3.
That brings me to 13.
Yep.
I am going to chump and before damage exile Questing Beast with Ooze.
Okay.
So go to 14.
Yep.
This dies.
Pretty happy about that. I'm going to second main, you sack a creature. No dancing for you. Play a land tap. I'll buy the Luris and pass to you.
Okay, I will exile the Llanowar Elves on end step. So
Okay.
I go to 15.
Yep. Yeah, hitting Kroxa there was so huge. Just completely game changing. Yeah.
Okay, you got a Goblin with the War Boss and attack.
All right. Do I feel like suppliering? That seems quite loose. Yeah, I'll just block. Ross versus Cedric, the classic battle.
Pass the turn.
Okay. Untap.
Cost me a mana to do it that way, but it saves me 3 life to do it that way. Mana versus 3 life. Mana versus 3 life. I actually think I'd rather have the mana. Pass the turn.
Untap. Yeah, and here's one of these games, where I just don't have removal for ooze, and it looks quite good, I mean, it's definitely stopping me from doing some things. So I guess you're looking to make your ooze big and block my Kroxa. It's pretty decent, but not that decent. So declare attacks.
Yep.
Trigger.
I'll discard Elvish Mystic. No blocks on the Kroxa. I'll go to 9. I don't want to trade with the Kroxa. I'd ideally make mine a 7/7, and I also need to cut down Corey's graveyard before the Kroxa dies, otherwise it's just coming back immediately.
Yep, that's true.
And that's why I wanted the extra mana here, because I want to start whittling down his graveyard.
Okay, makes sense. Decent play. The problem with me playing or exiling all my food, I did, make it so I do not have targets for that, but that's okay. Pass to you.
Okay, on your end step, I will exile the 2 creatures in my graveyard and one of your fatal pushes.
Okay.
So Ooze now is a 7/7?
Yep, and you're up to 11? Okay.
Wait, it already had 3 on it? So I just could have blocked.
You could have blocked.
I swear in my head that was a 6/6.
No, you could have blocked, but then I just bring it back. So I mean, your thought process is correct there.
Just weird in my head. For some reason, I just had Ooze in my head as a 6/6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, let's make a Goblin and send it in.
I'll block with Lurs.
Yep.
Gain 3.
Can't really avoid that.
15, yep.
Play Forest.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
Okay. Declare attacks.
Sure.
I'm coming in.
So I go to 8.
Yeah, let me just double check this, make sure I'm not doing anything stupid. I'm guessing you're gonna block here, you're gonna block here. Take 4, 5, 6.
I'm gonna end at 2.
End at 2, but then you
we'll have 3 more creatures.
Can block here and end at 1, and then keep this. Then you're attacking for 4, 7. I mean, that is actually kind of scary on the crackback. So let's attack like this, and then I will target Fatal Push.
Exile Fatal Push.
Okay.
Trigger on the stack.
Yep. So now take 3, right?
Yeah, so that brings me to 8.
Okay.
And block Croxa, block Lyris.
Okay.
I take 4.
Yeah, take 4, and then I gain 3. So you go to 5.
I guess. Yeah. Let's do it this way. So I go to 4, you go to 18.
Yep.
And
damage.
Those die.
Okay. Second main.
So in combat, before second main, exile the Croxa.
Yep.
So I go to 5.
Yep. Okay, yeah, I guess that isn't great for me, so then I'll just pass to you.
Okay, end step, exile your Lyris.
Yep.
And my Legion War Boss.
Okay.
So gain 2 more, brings me to 7.
Yep. Now we're just in the removal waiting room for Scavenging Ooze here.
Another green source.
Okay.
I'll just exile your 4 spells right now.
4, okay.
Pass turn.
All right. Untap, draw. So if I attack, you take 4. Yeah, I guess if I attacked with all the tokens last turn, you were dead. So that's a bit of a problem. What am I at here?
I viewed 18.
18, okay. I still think it's probably worth it to get in there. I mean, that is 8, 9, 10. Pretty hard for me to actually die.
Very, very hard.
Yeah, okay, I'll attack.
And by very hard, I mean I just need to draw Ember Cleave, in which case you're probably dead anyway.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you have cleaves.
Yeah,
yeah.
So block Pyromancer,
So I gotta get
3.
you dead. Well, you take 4 down to 1, right?
No, I gained 2 on the end step when I exiled this.
Oh, what are you at then?
I went up to 7, now I'm at 3.
Oh, you're going to 3, then you go to 4? I guess that's not even lethal next turn.
Yeah, it's not lethal next turn. It is lethal in 2 turns.
I think it's still worth it if I draw a removal spell, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, exile Pyromancer.
Yep.
I go to 4.
Here we go. Cleave me.
Okay, that's not bad. Rabble Master.
Okay.
Make a goblin attack.
Okay, I'll take it.
You're at 17.
Yep.
Pass the turn.
Give me a removal spell. Come on. Your go.
End step, exile your Fable Passage.
Yep. It's insane.
Make a goblin.
Okay.
And attack with them both.
All right, I'll block 1. Yeah, and take 1.
Brings you to 16.
Yep.
Okay, Magma Spray the Arcanist.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
Lame. Oh my god.
How many lands you got?
Go. This is absurd.
And now, can I start getting in with other stuff? So this is a lethal attack if I attack with everything.
Okay.
And I'm at 4, so you don't even have lethal on board.
Okay.
I guess... Yeah, I'm gonna... It's not lethal if I leave anything back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get in with everything.
Yeah, at this point, I don't really know what I can get. God, at this point now I'm just dead. I guess...
I think you need to trade for Rabble Master and then just hope to rip removal for Ooze.
I don't think so. Maybe I just need to top deck Croxa and hope you don't have a land. So you're at 3. Or hope that you don't have a spell.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I'm at 4, but...
You're at 4 now? How do you keep gaining life? I just had you at 3.
I went to 3, and then not the Arcanist, the Pyromancer. Because you attacked with everything to put me to 4, then I exiled the Pyromancer.
You're right. All
That's why it wasn't lethal the next
time. Yeah, in that case... Yeah, whatever. I'll just block like this.
Okay, so you take 2, brings you to 14.
Yep.
You mill 3.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Croxa supplier. Okay, well, I will exile those 3 creatures.
Yeah.
Bring me to 7.
Yep.
And then Play Emissary, exile the mountain with a red floating.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
Cycle. God dang it. That was so frustrating. Just through all lands.
This is one of the larger scavenging uses I've ever seen.
Yeah, no kidding. Evercleave? It was one of the larger land pockets I've ever seen.
That leaves us at 2-2, so now we get to play a decider.
We got the decider. God dang it. That was absurd.
It really is opposite day. Normally that kind of stuff happens to me.
No kidding. Yeah, I don't like it. And then I just draw Adadeem's Awakening at the end, like late game when I have 9 mana, where it would actually be good, but Scavenging Ooze took everything from me. Yeah, we definitely saw the games where it was not impressive, and then the games where it goes unanswered and it wins the game. You gained I gained
12 life.
You gained 12 life. Yeah.
Ended at 7.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'll be on the play at least. Hope for the best. But yeah, that was quite frustrating. You know what would have been a good card? Claim the Firstborn on a board of a 1919 Scavenging Ooze there. Yeah, I think I probably made some mistakes in combat there. And maybe could have inched across, but yeah, that was a brutal one. Oops,
yeah, it's tough when you're just drawing all lands. I figured there you would just, even if you drew some off spells like a, Claim to Fame or something, I guess you just didn't have any creatures in the graveyard.
Yeah, you can't even cast
a claim. But try to go wide with the Young Pyromancer, set that up. Just really weren't able to do that.
Yeah, just needed like one spell during that block, and we would have been enough. But yeah, that's all right. Okay, so I will be on the play for our game 5 here. GLTU. All right, give me some good ones. All right, I can keep this.
I don't think I can keep this.
All right.
1 land elf handed with both of my 5-drops. That's just a recipe to not be able to cast my spells.
Yep.
If this were a matchup where my opponent didn't have a lot of removal, that's a hand that is, I think,
decentable. Yeah.
I had a Bone Crusher Giant.
Oh, okay.
Some other stuff to do. In the meantime, it's defensible on the draw.
Yeah.
In a matchup where your elves are unlikely to live,
I have been killing your elves, and I learned my lesson the one time I didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
we've already gotten the one luck again.
Exactly.
You talked yourself out of killing an elf.
Well, this is the kind of hand that I love to see here, so I'm pretty happy about it.
And this hand is much, much better.
Okay.
I would love to keep all of it.
You can't.
Disagree.
You absolutely can't.
Do I put a land back? I think I have to.
Okay.
So let's put one of those back.
I got Unbeatable Stitcher Supplier. Hitting 3 lands. Perfect. Here you go. Get those land draws out of the way now.
We'll go to 18 and play an Elvish Mystic.
Okay.
Pass the
turn. Let's go with Summit. I'll spray the elf and attack for 1.
I'm at 17.
Here go.
Oh, no. Why?
Not like this.
Why would you do this to me?
Not like this.
Okay. I'll play Crag Crown Pathway.
Okay.
Play Burning Tree Emissary.
Okay.
Play Gallia.
Okay.
Attack for 2.
Love that you're like, not like this. Here's a great turn for you. All right. 18.
I don't think my next couple turns are going to be
okay. End step, I'm going to sack this. So I'm going to mill first. 1, 2, 3, and a draw, and a draw. Okay. Untap. A draw. Okay. Got some options. None of them are insane or anything, but haven't hit any good targets for claim except just another supplier here. Arcanist here would be bananas. All right, so 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to go with the Ruins, revealing this. And Blood Chief's Thirst that. And pass to you.
You have 3 in hand?
3, yep. All good.
Llanowar Elves.
Okay.
Pass.
End step, Village Rites. So I will mill first. Where's a Croxa? Where's a Croxa? Where's a Croxa? Not there. Draw 2. 1, 2. Classic. Okay, untap. I draw. All right. Did not hit Croxa in there. That's unfortunate. We'll play this, revealing the same land. I drew the Croxa, obviously, after the first card, so discard a magical card.
We'll discard Glorybringer.
Okay, I'm guessing you have more of those, would be my educated opinion. And I'll play Young Pyromancer, and I'll pass to you.
Fortunately, gotta play the land. Stomp that.
Okay.
Attack for 3.
Sure.
You're at 15. You go.
All right, that's not a scavenging ooze. All right, it's Croxa clock.
Discard Glorybringer.
The glory's been brought, huh?
If only I hadn't mulliganed and got to keep the land in my hand.
Oh, it would have been good for you.
I'd have a Glorybringer in play right now.
That would be a lot of glory for you.
And then I'd have a Bone Crusher Giant. I'd discard it to the Croxa. And then another Glorybringer on the next turn.
That would be glorious. I'll play land and pass to you.
Instead, I am dying very easily.
That old game 5.
Okay.
It's been a good set, though.
1 turn too late.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
1 turn too late. Do I have to exile the claim?
The claim.
I guess I want to pass. If you just want to deal 2 extra damage to me, that's fine.
Yeah.
But if you have another claim in hand, I definitely want to counter that.
Yeah.
Or if you have a spray.
Yeah, so you don't have removal right now, so I could just kind of jam Luris here. That's reasonable. Yeah, I'll start by attacking. Trigger.
I will take 9, go to 8.
Okay. God, that thing hits hard, huh?
He's hungry.
He's hungry. Your ooze can start getting large, but I think I could just have so much food that it's going to be tough, so I'll just play it. Pass to you.
I will exile the Dreadhorde Arcanist.
Okay.
Start there.
Start the building.
That leads to removal.
9.
Go to 9.
How big will this ooze get?
Pass a turn.
Okay. Untap. Upkeep. Draw.
So on your draw step,
Yep.
you have 3 Stitcher Suppliers and a Pyromancer.
Yep.
So I can't stop you from casting a Supplier, but I can stop Pyromancer, so we'll exile that.
Okay.
Brings me to 10.
10. Okay. Now I want to get my value here. Let's start with a Croxa. Okay. Now let's go with a Croxa. I will keep my good one.
I will go to 7.
Okay. I will play this land. I'll attack. Put you to 4.
Yeah, I go to 4. I'll block with the Emissary.
Okay. Then I'm gonna mix it up and go with a Croxa.
So I go to 1.
Yep, here you go.
And step, exile a Croxa.
Okay.
I go to 2.
Yep.
Need a land.
Okay.
That is not going to do it.
Hooray! The marbles will be live. Hopefully.
Yeah, I needed really... Yeah, I just needed an untapped land here that wasn't Stomping Ground. Because then I can play Bone Crusher, exile 2 things. I guess you still get to...
you still die.
Yeah, you still...
Lightning Bolt, yeah. I don't think you had out.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I needed this to be a green pathway. Is actually what I needed. But early on, I had the 2 Glory Bringers in hand, and so I was like, I should make it another red.
Yeah, and there's the disadvantage of that not being another Stomping Ground. Small disadvantage.
This is not the best of Ember Cleaves.
Yeah, I was going to say Ember Cleave maybe gets me somewhat close, but yeah, that's
I can't
12.
even cast it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay, that's fair. Hooray!
Well, I guess
hooray!
that does stop me from taking damage. Hey, does that do it? Because I'm at 2? Oh, no, because I can't get to 4 and have a blocker.
What do you mean?
For the Luris. So I can exile, exile the Croxa, and as long as you attack with both, you have to know to attack the Luris, but it makes sense
for
to do so at that point.
Sure, yeah. And I was even going to claim it probably just to gain extra life, get it out of range, and yeah. All right, well, that was a battle. Pretty close, back and forth.
Yeah, even that last game could have gotten close because, again, you didn't have an answer to the ooze. I just didn't have quite enough green mana. One more green source, one more, a blocker there, and I think I get to the point where I'm stable. Yeah. Though you do have the option of just sitting behind the Luris for a little bit and keep playing Stitcher Suppliers, but I'm not sure what that actually does for you.
And I even got, I wouldn't say horrifically unlucky, but the first 6 cards that I flipped, my hand was just like Stitcher Supplier, Claim Fame, Magma Spray, Village Rites, 3 lands, like really what you want, and if I just hit Arcanist at any point where I just get to go turn 2, Arcanist, Village Rites, something, and then start going, like, those are the draws that are just miles in ahead. They make it feel like we're playing Modern in a Pioneer or Historic format and stuff like that. But even if, just Village Rites into Village Rites, filling my graveyard just out of Scavenging Ooze range is pretty good as well, because eventually you hit Croxa, and that thing just hits so hard.
Yeah, Croxa is definitely a key card in this matchup because, normally as the green deck, I'm used to having the biggest creatures around. Yeah. But with me playing things like Rabblemaster and Legion Warboss, that's not actually the case, and Croxa really just dominates the battlefield.
Really does. All right, so the marbles are live after an absolute beating round 1 in favor of you. This was a close one. I thought it was going to be a beating, but it was 2-2. You came back to game 5, and then now we're forcing the marbles. So next up, we definitely have our most exciting matchup. These are the 2 decks that we both went in the lab with a pen and the pad trying to get this Pioneer format off, and we both came out with 2 really different decks, but both had success with them. Yeah, unsurprisingly, but both had a lot of success with them. I'm playing essentially Jeskai, Luca, and 4-color Omnath smashed together and just taking out cards and and just keeping the best of both worlds. What are you going to be playing?
I'm going to be playing Orzhov Humans. It's the deck I mentioned in an article last week, and then I wrote all about this deck specifically this week. That article is up right now on StarCityGames.com. Just a venerated lock set on deck, plenty of 1-drops, tons of anthems, splashing black for General Kudrow, and really good removal and Thoughtseize. So
no, it seems sweet. I've played against it on the ladder, or not on the ladder, in the leagues a decent amount. I know it had some success. Also, my deck you can find on Dropping Bombs tomorrow if you want to see a little bit more gameplay with it. And the games didn't disappoint, let me tell you. So
awesome. So we are going to take a quick 5-minute break, and then we will be right back and bring you the last match on Versus Live.
For the marbles.